gentlemen, boys and girls. So today we are going to do uh, some gameplay in the BDR G1 B on Siegfried line. I got this tank skin a while ago, a couple months back, and when you purchased it, it was like, I think like $9, but I thought it was pretty cool. But it came with some missions that I never did complete, and also it was for the first, I believe, 20 missions that you ran it, you got a 5 times multiplier for experience. So um, I thought, what the heck, I might as well go ahead and run it. And my son just got home, and um, he's only got handful of smaller tier tanks. He's got mainly like 8, 9s, and 10s. Got a lot of 10s, and when we team up, he wanted to go ahead and get those doubled. So I thought, cool, but good time to play this. The gun on this is actually really nice. 240 average damage. If you're top tier, you can get away with standard rounds. If you're bottom tier, well, yeah, good luck. Standard pen is not going to show me while we're paused, so why don't I go ahead and unpause it? Standard pen is 135, premium is 175. But, that's pretty sufficient since we're top tier. Now, if I were bottom tier and there was a lot of tier 7s, yeah, then, we're going to be bumping it up because well, the first round I'm shooting is going to be a premium, but 175 against tier 7s that's okay. But yeah, when you're hitting tier 7s with 135 pen, yeah, they're probably going to laugh at you. So, anyways, but if you hit things with this, it's nice because it's a tier 5 with 240 average damage. I mean, that's the average damage you get on some of the tier 8s nowadays. So, the reload is like 7.22 seconds. So, not too shabby for a tier 5 that does 240 average damage. I saw that, and the M4A1, I thought, oh wow, boy, did I just get lucky. Um, yeah, that KV1, if he's got the derp gun on there, I would have been hating life. So basically, I'm just going to pull out here and see if I can get some shots off. And we're able to put one into the M4A1 in the tank right next to us. The M4A1, I guess he wanted to go back to the garage pretty quick because he just got the snot knocked out of him. I didn't see who finished him off, but I'm going to hold up right here and see if I can get another shot into that M4A1 on the enemy team. Well, we've already done 206 damage. Little bum that it was basically like 32 low roll, which kind of really stinks. But I forgot they filled in those buildings over there that where the KV-1S is on the other side. I used to be able to pop right over here and take a shot into them, but they filled it in with rocks now. And you can see artillery is taking pop shots at me. Take a snapshot of the KV-1S real quick, and we miss. And again, I'm shooting standard rounds, so I'm kind of hoping that if I do get a shot at him, that I'm able to put it through his turret. And that IKV 103 shoots by me real quick, and the KV-1S takes a shot and misses. I got Artie just pounding on, trying to pound me there. And I was actually very surprised that we bounced a round from the KV-1S in the side for 160. So I know he doesn't have the derp gun, but that gun that he has is actually pretty darn dangerous. I just clipped the M10 RBFM in the side of his track, and we actually penetrate, and somebody else hits him, and now he's down to 14 hit points. That is definitely not a tank destroyer that you want to be coming up front and trying to run as a frontline tank. You've only got like 360 hit points, absolutely no armor, got a heck of a nice gun, reloads super fast, but no, that is a tank that you set in the back, find a nice little bush, and snipe like crazy. And I got artillery, they're still just trying to drop rounds on me. The only good thing when there's a lot of artillery at low tier is they don't have a lot of splash damage. Now, I was worried about that A1 or the M10 or the IKV coming around to the left there, so I see the KV-1S is over here in the KV-1, so basically the KV-1S abandoned his spot over here to the left, so I wondered where he disappeared to, so he took up a different position, so I'm really trying to watch make sure I don't step on it, get myself in a bad position. And I decide, okay, I'm gonna push up here and see if I can help get rid of this KV1 and the KV1S. And the KV1 comes out, and we're able to put one in his keister. And then the Churchill 1 is driving right by us, and we get shot by the KV1 and bounce it for 85, so he's got the small gun also. So we're going to just kind of push up here and, oh, we hit the KV1S on the side there and bounce. Churchill 1 hits us in the front there and pens us for 103. I think I hit him and knocked his... Oh, did I knock his track off? Yeah, I just hit him and knocked his track off. Somebody else finishes him off. And I go ahead and hit the KV1 there, or KV1S there in the front and knock him out. And then we come around and get some side shots into the KV1. So he's bouncing back and forth, but it ain't helping him. The tank that rushed up there ended up getting knocked out. We get reloaded and finish him off. Now the enemy team, as you can see, is actually beating the living snot out of us. We're losing 7, well, I wouldn't say the snot out of us, but we're losing 7 to 10. And so yeah, we're losing tanks quicker than I can count. Now I see that tank destroyer. You can see I'm flipping around left and right really quick, trying to make sure that I'm not gonna have somebody, you know, flank me and pull out on my side, and then already I get lit up and artillery takes a shot at me. So I know that's not gonna be too very safe there. And the reverse on this has got awful slow. I see the IKV 103, so I figure I'm gonna go up here. He's 122 hit points, so I know I'll finish him off in one shot. I don't think he sees me, pulls out, sees me, but it's too late. We finish him off. And then now we're going to go for the M10 RBFM. I think I come around the corner. He's sitting right there. We plug him and finish him off. And then I decide it's time to go artillery hunting. Now my son's in artillery on the other end in his leaf blower. You can see him back here. And the T-50 and the M4A1 were coming at him. And I figured, okay, I'm going to try and take their artillery out as fast as I can. Unfortunately, they were able to take my son out, and I think they take the grill out here. Now, they've got 240 hit points on the grill. I hit him for 221, so unfortunately, another low roll. I see one already round flying from the left, so I know that the leaf blower's sitting right over there. Super fast reload. I'm reloading. He gets a shot into me for 183, which I was really surprised he hit me for that much. And I think he actually had my track off, but he hits me for 152 that time. We finish him off. Yeah, he had my track off. I'm like, because I wasn't moving, I'm like, why the hell I ain't moving? But yeah, he had knocked my track off, so unfortunately he was able to put another round into us for 152, but we finished him off. Now on him, we hit him with 255, which was nice, but just not enough to finish him off in one shot. But the grill boy, 221, we hit him, you know, pretty darn. That was a really low roll, because it took us 2 shots to finish him off, one for 221 and one for 19. And the funny thing was I had my turret facing to the right because I was trying to watch the hill up here as I was driving. And so you can see like that yellow line is off angled up. And I'm driving along and I was heading to the cap and I completely was off in the land. And I was talking to my son at the same time and I said something about, you know, going to, you know, maybe I should protect this guy that's on cap and just let him get all the cap points, but, you know, set up in a position to try and knock the two out that are going to be coming after us. And he's like, no, don't get on cap. And I'm like, I'm heading there. And I'm like, oh, duh, I was about ready to drive by it. So I had to turn around real quick and hop over this way. And we take up a little position in this bush here. And I noticed that the M10R BFM on our team is really low on hit points. And so basically, I'm just watching my mini map and kind of thinking he was going to come from the right side over there, because since they were in the field to begin with. But I'm watching my mini map, and as soon as I see anything light up, and I do, that T-50's coming down, and we hit him and take him out. M4, can't talk. M4A1 hits us, but we're able to take him out in a single shot too. And so basically we cap it and also kill the last player. So we end up getting 8 kills in that match. Really nice. And kudos to Wrangler 24 in the M10 RBFM for getting on cap a little bit sooner so that we could start capping in case we ended up not making it here or if I ended up getting knocked out, he would have been able to hopefully, finish capping it out for the win. But we end up knocking him out, and yeah, so that's the BDR G1 B, and yeah, pretty good tank. Well, it's got a really good gun, slow in reverse, forward is not a whole lot faster. Um, the armor is, if you're top tier, it is workable. If you're bottom tier, they go right through you like butter, so. But yeah, I got hit a couple times with artillery, and that's why I look nice and yellow. Yeah, I was really surprised when that leaf blower hit me for 183. That is actually a very high roll for that artillery, and it was a direct hit. And then it was an HE shell too. Yeah, because that one was able to shoot AP, and I thought when I saw the 183 that he hit me with an AP round, but no, both rounds he hit me with were HE, and then he hit me for 152 for the second shell. So, well, at least he was able to walk away with a little bit of damage on me. So, but yeah, if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll have some post-game stats. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so yeah, that was an awesome match. My son just got home from work, and we decided to go through, and we're teamed up, platooned up, and we're going up and getting his 2 times on all his tanks. And he's got a lot of tanks, but we try and do as many as we can. And we start at, tier 5 and work our tier. I think the lowest tier he's got is like a 5 or a 4, but we started as low tier, and then we work our way up to the tier 10s. And so he was doing his leaf blower, so. I decided I was going to play my BDR G1 B because I have a couple of those 5X experiences for when they had like a mission for this thing a long time ago. You keep them until you do them, and so I figured I'd play it. And it's got a wicked gun. The armor on this is real iffy at best. I mean, it's 60 on the hull on the front, and the turret's 80. But you can see, look at that huge commander's hatch. I mean, that thing you couldn't miss that if you wanted to. I mean, that thing sticks up. It's literally like it's like a double stack turret. It's like a turret on a top of a turret because that thing is just huge. So yeah, most people they just shoot at that and it goes right through it. The front, it's got some slope off the on the top plate, but then it's pretty flat, right here. So yeah, the armor on this is less than to be desired. The gun on it is where it really has its magic. If you are top tier, um, you figure you're in a tier 5 and you're doing 240 average damage, where you got tier 8s like the 5-1, um, several tier 8s. I'm not gonna sit here and list them all. That do 240 average damage, where this is a tier 5 and you're hitting for 240 average damage. So that's really nice. I mean, it's not a derp gun. It's a regular gun. Your reload's a little bit longer at 8.08, but for hitting for 240 average damage, I'm not complaining. Dispersion isn't too awful bad at 0.36. The aim time isn't the best, though, at 2.13. I mean, it could be a lot better at a low tier because your low tier tanks, a lot of them are just real fast moving tanks, hard to hit them. But anyways, we had a superb match in this. We ended up winning. We got a Mastery Ace Tanker, a Reaper, Fire for Effect, Sharpshooter, Master Gunner, Duelist, Bruiser. We got 6 bonds because we got a Radley Walters, Pashkuli's Medal, and that's for killing 2 artillery, Top Gun, and a high caliber. And to get the Radley Walters, you got to kill 8 to 9 tanks in a standard battle at at least a tier 5 vehicle. And we did a lot of damage. The WN8 for that match was outstanding at 12,894. We hit the Churchill one for 251 and knocked out his track, bounced 2 of his rounds, and he got hit for 202 upon us destroying his track. KV1, we hit him 3 times for 532. knocked out his engine, fuel tank, track, destroyed his track, bounced one of his rounds for 85. KV1S, oh, the KV1, we also knocked him out. The KV1S, we hit him 2 times for 293, finished him off, bounced one of his rounds for 160. And damage upon his spotting was 47. We originally spotted him. The M4A1, we finished him off, hit him for 215. The other M4A1, we hit him 1 time for 206. Originally spotted him. The IKV 103, originally spotted him, hit him for 122, finished him off. The M10 RBFM, hit him 2 times for 237, finished him off, and knocked out his engine. The T50, we hit him 1 time for 55, finished him off. The grill, we spotted him, hit him 2 times for 240, finished him off. The leaf blower, we originally spotted him, hit him 2 times, and finished him off for 260. And we got 10 points for base capture. We did the most damage at 2,411, got 8 kills and a base experience of 1,413, which is just awesome. And we had 19 shots, 18 hits, 16 pen, 2411 damage. We got hit 8 times, 1 pen and 4 bounced. Hits received from splash damage was 5 for 355 damage blocked with our armor. Spotted 5, damaged 10, destroyed 8. Damage with our assistance was 249. Base capture points was 10. So after all was said and done, we did have a personal reserve, plus my son and I were platooned up, so we made a little bit extra there. But we walked away with 70,059 credits. Not shabby at all for a Tier 5 match. I am definitely not complaining. Between my son and I, we ended up getting 10 kills, so pretty much him and I cleaned the enemy team up ourselves. But it's it's always fun to team up with him because he's an awesome player, and we kind of think a lot alike, obviously, because he's my son, and we'll go to the same place a lot of times, or we cover each other. Well, one's reloading, one's loaded, and one will shoot, and one will be reloading, and so on and so forth. But he ran his artillery in that match, so. And the only problem with artillery on that map, and especially the leaf blowers, the arc on the round goes like straight up and then drops straight down. So if it's a target that's at any length away from you, which it's a huge map, you have to really, really, really lead the target a lot because it takes like forever for the round to get there. You'll shoot and you'll be watching and watching and watching, and then boom, you're like, God dang. I mean, it takes like 3 or 4 seconds for the round to actually get to where it's going to finally hit the target. So it's a really hard map for artillery to get a lot of damage on unless they start getting really close. But, then you don't want that because then they're down your throat. But yeah, anyways, yeah, that was the BDR G1 B. Really good tank for low tier. I think I shot one premium round and the rest were standard rounds. But yeah, all in all, really good tank. Definitely a good match. But hope you guys enjoyed this match. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I'll see you on the battlefield.